Yeah. Yeah. Getting some writing in. Getting some writing in. Okay. So I finished the chapter. I'm gonna work on another one. Because that's what people do in this life. Not sure where anybody is today. It's weird. There's Mr. Frank. There he is. Shit in my eyes. I don't think this is going to be a long day of writing, Mr. Frank. I'm just being honest. I'm just not feeling it. How about them? Yeah, I know. Fucking Doogers. I was obviously hoping it was not going to happen. You knew it was going to happen. Great series, though. I will say that. All 7 games I thought were really good. So, as a baseball fan, not going to complain at all. And again, as a baseball fan, as long as the Yankees didn't win, I don't care. Feel bad for that dude on the on the Blue Jays getting death threats now. Like, how crazy is that? Calm down, Canadians. Yeah, it was cool. I was like, you know what? I'm glad this 7 games. This is pretty neat. And then, extra innings. Game 7. I mean, this is... That one dude came up. The bases loaded. Bottom of the 9th, I believe. And I said to my wife, this is what every 12-year-old boy in the backyard dreams of. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, as a kid playing baseball, the scenario is always, Game 7 of the World Series, bottom of the 9th, down by 3, bases loaded, Like, you can win it right here on one swing. That's the dream. Who would you say is the most famous Blue Jay of all time? All time, Joe Carter. Easily, just because of that home run in '93. Based on one swing of the bat. Although Vladdy Jr., he plays another couple, 3 good years, and they win a championship. Who do you think is the most famous Blue Jay of all time? One we're forgetting. I'm going to look it up. But I don't. Because of that. Most famous Blue Jays player. This is the list they're giving me. Roy Halladay? No. Jose Batista? No. Tony Fernandez? No. Roberto Alomar? Joe Carter? Dave Stieb? No. Carlos Delgado? John Olerud? George Bell? Jesse Barfield? Josh Donaldson? Edwin Encarnacion? Lloyd Mosby? Roger Clemens? No. Alex Rios? Paul Molitor? No, he wasn't there, I don't think, long enough. Vernon Wells, Pat Hankin, Aaron Hill. That list, Joe Carter. I just asked him. It's funny I don't remember which game it was, but they kept focusing on it. My wife's like, "Who's the old man they keep looking at?" I'm like, "Sandy Koufax." She's like, "I don't know who that is." I said, "Of course you don't know who that is." Fred McGriff. The hit dog? Yeah, anyone more famous than Carter is more associated with a different team. Yeah, I mean, the crime dog. Who's the hit dog? Who was the hot dog? Yeah, I mean, you got to go. You got to go, Joe Card. I don't think there's anybody else in the history of that franchise that's more famous. Like Yankees, the most famous Yankee in the world, obviously Paliarulo. Obvious. Most famous Met, Rusty Staub. Most famous Brewer, Billy Joe Robichaux. Matt Noakes. I would say he's the most famous Tiger ever. Matt Noakes. Oh, Matty Noakes. That crazy bastard. Crazy, crazy bastard. Anyway, it was a good World Series. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the ups and the downs. And the ins and the outs. And now my favorite time of the year is the hot stove. Already bunch of people declaring free agency. Got a lot of moves. Got to figure out who's on your 40-man roster, who you're going to put on your 40-man roster for the Rule 5 drafts coming up. A lot of really fun stuff coming up in this the rest of this month. I probably pay more attention now than I do during the regular season because for me there's a lot more going on. I follow MLBRumors.com. That's my favorite website. Always on. Always pulled up and we're like, what's the latest? What's the latest? Yankees still haven't fired Cashman? We gonna wait 35 years till they don't win a pennant? Yeah, spill the tea is right. I spill it all over the floor sometimes if I knock the cup off the table. And now I'm sad because I'm like, I want to watch baseball, and there's no baseball to watch, and I can't watch MLB Network. All the stupid talking heads of just repeating the same crap over and over and over, which is just annoying. When my wife is home, we're watching the games. I got to turn the sound all the way down. What are you doing? What are you doing? Thought so. What about the Rockies? What about them? Chris Bryant wants to play. Although he might do one of those where he'll just collect all that money owed. And then the Rockies will basically use the insurance. But he's not retiring, because if he retires, he loses the contract. He loses the rest of that money. That's like sometimes you see guys are like, oh, he hasn't played in 3 years, but now he's retired. Yeah, because the guaranteed money ran out. It's not easy to lose that much. You know what? I bet you the White Sox would beg to differ. Larry, it was good seeing Larry. It was weird seeing Larry now older without any hair, though. You know, because you always remember those flowing locks when he played for Montreal or when he played for the Rockies. What about Bobby Bonilla? He's still earning, right, which is why he technically hasn't retired yet. He's still got several more years on that. I just don't know what he's going to do when it ends. Because now suddenly you have no money coming in. Hopefully he saved a couple of dollars from the $50 billion they freaking gave him. Larry Walker's the only Rocky I can name. Todd Helton. Ellis Burks, like because he was a Red Sox and he played for Colorado. Mike Kingery, only because I had him for one of my fantasy baseball teams years ago. That might be it. He'll work at the local Dunkin'. You know what? If he works at this one, I hope he's better than the people here. Dave Kingman. Dave Kingman played for the Rockies? I knew he was a powerhouse for the Mets. No, yeah. Kingman, when I was like in, I don't know, second, third grade, there was a kid who wore his Dave Kingman Mets jersey every Monday or every Friday, one of those days. The same day every week, he wore his Dave Kingman little jersey. Thinking he was a fan. I like the video of that young goofy looking kid leaving the Mets game, and they're like, I hate this team. I was born into this. I hate them. That's the way I feel about being a Raiders fan. Man, I watched that game yesterday. I was screaming and yelling. Whole fucking. How do you lose? How do you lose by 1 point like that? How do you play a team who's as shitty as you are? And it's like, which team wants to lose just a little bit less? And the answer was the Jaguars yesterday. Monday is right, Chad. Like a song or something. I was very annoyed, yes. But I was like, you know what? I knew it ain't like the Raiders were going to win a bunch of games. The third most famous Rocky is Troy Tulowitzki. That's all you need to know about that. Yeah, right. Right. I forgot about Troy. Young Mike called it. Yeah. You know what? You're right. Next time I talk to him, I won't bust his balls nearly as much. But, I mean, to be honest, to be totally honest with you, that's the team the Jaguars have to win. I still don't think they're getting more than 8 wins this season. In case I don't see you, Nick, I'm sure today is also Halloween in Wisconsin, so happy Halloween. We had over 100 kids. I made bags with 3 pieces of candy in them, and then we had extra candy. Yeah, Halloween is right. And then gave away a lot of Halloween books to the young kids and also to teenagers. Blew through them. I think I got like 6 books left, and probably got rid of an entire short box of comic books. It was slow for us. Too windy, too cold, I think. It was a little cold here. Luckily it was not windy. It was I had jeans on. Trick-or-treating starts at 10:45 a.m. until 1 p.m. today, probably. You people are crazy over there. At first we didn't get a lot of kids at all. We went out there at like 6:15, 6:30. After she was like, I don't want to make it. Let's not. I said, this is what we're doing. Cheese sticks and pizza rolls in the air fryer. That's what we had for dinner. I got me a big cup of ginger ale. We went and sat out there. And some of the kids were like, we've been waiting. This is the house we go to every year because of the comic books. And they went through the comic books. And the dads are all looking through the comic books. They're like, Batman. Oh, Spider-Man, get this one. And then I had, because we still have beer left over from Shelly's birthday party that I'm not going to drink. And we've given some away to her cousin, but we still had 40 beers. So I took a cooler and I just put a bunch of beers and the box of White Claw in it. Everybody comes to comics when they're free. Exactly. I mean, none of them are worth anything, and a lot of them are like beat to hell. But it's good for the kids too. Some kid came up, he's like, do you have, and he named some like comic book, I don't even know, issue, whatever. I'm like, no, this ain't a comic book store, kid. It's whatever's on the table. Fucking moron. I filled a cooler with beer, and then, depending on the group, it was like one lady with like 3 kids. We're not going to ask her. If it's like one dude with 2 little kids, we're not going to ask him. But we had like a couple of groups of, and the adults are kind of following along. And then Shelly would say we have take candy, and then a book and a comic book, and then she'd say we have a special. We have something for the adults, a beverage for the adults. And several times people came over. They're like, "What do you got?" And I popped the cooler, and they're like, "Oh, we could just grab one." I'm like, "Yeah, just grab one." And then a little later, some guy came by, and he's like, "Somebody told us you had beers." And I said, "Yeah, here, grab a beer." Nobody took the White Claw because none of the women were drinking. What's with all these illiterate kids in your neighborhood? Trick or cat coin? I would definitely go with the cat coin. It's gonna be worth so much more than a trick. But it was good, and we were only out to about 8:30. We ran out of candy, and then we ran out of. I think I had like 6 books left, and probably about half of the comic books we started with. And I'm like, you know what? World Series. Let's go in and watch this game. Let's go see the Blue Jays win. Spoiler alert, that night they did not. They did not win. It was good. It was good. All of it was good. Saturday we did absolutely nothing, which was nice. My wife ordered. I think the Jays are going to pull it off in Game 8. You know what? Game 8, maybe Game 9. They got this. My wife ordered some food from Publix delivery because we're rich and lazy, and got me a pub sub. And then later on, she's like, "Oh, I forgot something." So we ordered like 13 items that came around noon. I ate my pub sub. I was happy. And then at like 4 hours, 5 hours later, she was like, "Oh, I forgot whatever." She's making cookies. And so she wanted to make the cookies ahead of time because it's a brand new cookie that she's making, but she wanted me to try them. But she needed ingredients, so we ordered 13 items, and then we ordered another 26 items we ended up with that night, which is crazy. Mushroom cookie? No, not mushroom cookies. But it's Almond Joy is what the flavor is, and they do taste like Almond Joys. No. We made Saturday night we made our own pizzas with pizza dough and pepperoni and ham, and I had onions and green and red peppers. Those are pretty good pizzas. I'm more of a Mounds guy. I definitely can see that. I can definitely see that. They were good. She would not eat them because of coconut. She does not eat coconut. But there was nuts in it. So Almond Joy's got nuts. Mounds don't. So if she had left it out, then she would have said, "Oh, these are like a Mounds bar." We each took a nice nap, nice long nap Saturday. Read more of the Jordan Harper book, which is phenomenal so far. I'm taking my time with it though. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to just blow through this book. You know what? Tom can wait to get the copy. And I want 100 grand. You know what? I like 100-gram bars. That's a good candy bar. I'm a big fan. Well, Chunky is my favorite of the candied bars. I'm a fan of whatchamacallits as well. Also very good. One of my favorites. I'll have to remember that. I don't know why. Also good. There's not really many candy bars that I don't like. Because I'll just eat a regular Hershey bar. I don't care. Skin off my back. I'll eat a payday. You know what? I'll eat a payday. I mean, Twix are just, phenomenal. Then I like a Milky Way. I like a Snickers bar. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Also good. Not gonna lie, I'm already sick of Milky Ways after all the fun sizes I polished off this weekend. Sugar Daddy, no. Not a fan of Sugar Daddy. Not a fan of Mary Jane's. I'm not a fan of anything that has the potential to rip your teeth out. And when I was a kid, Bitty Honey, I'm not a fan of that either. No, generally, except for like a Payday and maybe one or two other ones, it has to just be a chocolate bar. Not a fan of Dots. Again, it's a teeth thing. I don't like anything gummy. I don't like Swedish Fish. Who's that? Well, that's Chinese lady. She's not wearing a hat today. She is wearing yoga pants, though. Good for you, honey. Good for you. I'm not a fan of Smarties. I'm not a fan of those types of things. I tend to go for non-chocolate candy over chocolate candy. Interesting. I go for chocolate over non-chocolate. But you and I have always been so different growing up. I mean, so just complete opposites. Yin and yang. And young. And yang. You know what I'm saying? Makes sense. Bottle cap, Swedish Fish, gummies, nerds. None of those. Not a fan. Even as a kid, not a fan of any of those. Now, my brother loves all that crap. So I would trade him all that stuff for his candy bars. He was not a fan of, I want to say Snickers. He was not a fan of, so I would always get all of his Snickers. Skittles. Yeah, not a fan of Skittles. You think as fat as I am, I would just eat everything, but no. Gummies, it's a texture thing for me. More than a taste thing. I'm a big fan of Whoppers. The problem is they do those fun packs, which is 3 Whoppers in the friggin' wrapper. The wrappers are a pain in the ass to get. Twizzlers, disgusting. My dad, every year for Christmas, we would buy him the black Twizzlers and black jelly beans. Spree. I don't know what the hell Spree is. Mr. Frank type in and just spelling something wrong? Spree? I don't know what the hell that is. I'll look that shit up. Unless you spelled it wrong. Spree candy. The fuck is it? Willy Wonka Candy Company. It was an idea of an employee named John Scout. In the 1970s, the brand was bought by Nestle, which markets the candy under the Willy Wonka. It's a compressed dextrose candy covered in a colorful, fruit-flavored shell. Billed as a kick in the mouth. Hey. A lot of women in yoga pants out there today. I don't think I've ever had that. I don't know what that is. So I'm going to say no. Unless it's filled with chocolate. No. Like I like Reese's Pieces. Obviously, I'm a huge M&M's fan. Oh, I just realized there's M&M's in the house somewhere still. On one of our many deliveries from Saturday, my wife got me an apple pie, and then she got herself Rocky Road ice cream. Pez. I can't remember the last time I had Pez. Might have been when we went to the Pez Museum 5-6 years ago. Pez aren't bad, but it's not like it's not Pez is you pop. It's like a Tic Tac. I mean, you pop a couple in your mouth and you're done. It's really not a satisfying treat, unless you just bang, 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 on the Pez dispenser. You just shoot them out into your hand and then you eat all of them. My brother wouldn't even worry about the Pez dispenser. When he got the Pez thing, he would just unwrap it and just start eating them. He's like, why am I wasting my time putting in this stupid spring action thing? So yeah, I don't consider them more than just a quick snack. Pez is a desk candy, right? Because you know what you do? You put them on your desk. I don't have desk candy because then it would just be eaten. Like, what's that spot right there? That's desk candy. That's where desk candy goes to die. Let's see the top 10 candies in the world. No. Top 10 candies of all time. Are we ready? There is no single top 10 list, as popularity varies by region to region. Where are you going? Alice is home with me today. Snowcaps. I do like snowcaps. These are perennially popular classics. Everybody ready? Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, M&M's, Snickers, Twix, Kit Kat, Hershey's Kisses, Three Musketeers Bar, Almond Joy, Hot Tamales. I don't like hot tamales. Maynard's Wine Gums. They're chewy, fruity candies. I don't know what that is. Haribo Gold Bears. Nerds, I don't like those. Most popular candy of all time. I can't tell you. Oh, I do like a Nestle Crunch bar too. And a Butterfinger. I like Butterfinger. I don't like Sour Patch. I'm just looking at pictures now. Heath Bar. Not bad. Crackle. Oh, I do love Crackle. What's that, the Mr. Good Bar? Shelly likes those a lot. Yeah, Crackle are good. Yeah, Mr. Good Bar. She likes those. Those are her. That's probably her favorite. That and Reese's Pieces. I don't know why I can't say pieces. I go Reese's Pieces. I guess you gotta say it like that. I had half a bag of honey barbecue boneless wings today for lunch. Pretty good. Saturday I had mushroom coffee. I drank 2 of them and I hardly pooped. Which is weird. Then I had another one yesterday in the afternoon. Hardly pooped. Did you mention Baby Ruth? Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I like that. That's a good one. I'm going to tell you which one I really liked, even though I hate the Yankees. Reggie bars back in the day. And then when they reintroduced Reggie bars in the 90s, maybe, they were still just as good, and they had a Reggie Jackson baseball card in each pack. Those were good. Reggie bars were good. Baby Ruth also very good. My wife bought 4 bags, and all 4 bags had Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, Whopper, Kit Kat, and what was the other one in there? Whoppers, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, Kit Kat. Something else. Why can't I think of the 4th one? Anyways, like 6 bags of all the same 4 things. Okay, I needed to get to my laptop to start this rant. I got home on Friday from work, and lo and behold, kids all around trick-or-treating. I'm like, what the F? Neighbors had their fire pits going and giving out candy. Did you start your fire pit? She just got a great little ass on her. You gotta immediately start the fire pit and sacrifice the first kid who comes up. Yeah, you know why Friday night they did that? Because Friday was Halloween. Why can't I remember what the 4th candy was? Oh, Milk Duds. That was the 4th one. I probably blocked it because I was like, you know what? When's the last time I had a Milk Dud? Disgusting. Disgusting. I'm like, oh, this is going to rip my teeth out. We had no candy to give out since we gave it all on Saturday, like the Facebook pages said we need to be giving out candy. Oh, I'm darn well tooting angry. Whoa, rootin' tootin' angry? Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. The problem was we gave out all of the candy. It's all in the name Dud, not Milk Greats. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad I got a refresher in why these candies are disgusting. I wanted to say to my wife, hey, let's save some of these. We did not. Although I was the one who put the bag, so I could take 3 pieces of candy, put it in the spooky ghost bag, and do a twist tie. I did 100 of them, and then every now and then I'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna. Finally got the scissors. I'm like, I'm getting so annoyed trying to open these fucking plastic bullshit wrappers for these Whoppers. I just cut it open, and then you eat 3 Whoppers, and you're like, well, that did nothing. I'm used to buying a thing of Whoppers. Which if I go to the store, I gotta buy a block of cheese for my Andy Bast. Because even though we ordered twice, they did not have it. Did you finish your Michael Jordan Harper book? I see what you did there. No, I'm taking my sweet time with it. I'm about a third of the way through it. I'm imagining. It's the story is dense. Characters dense. Is really, really good. This is like, you know, he's a showrunner or whatever. He's been in LA for a long time, Jordan Harper, and he's worked on a lot of stuff, and he's probably met a lot of awful, awful people, and that's basically what this book is about. It's about fixers and people who go to accident scenes and take pictures to sell to the newspapers and drug addicts and just all kinds of crazy shit. So it's really good when I'm just taking my time with it. First, I was like, I'm gonna read this weekend and give it to Tom, and I'm like, you know what? He'll get it next weekend. Dense like L.A. Law or dense like Golden Girls? If you put the Golden Girls in L.A. Law in starring roles, that's what it's like. I've never seen L.A. Law. We named a couple of movies me and Frank, when we were on. We named a bunch of, we were doing the baseball movie one. And we named a bunch of other movies that I've never seen, and then my wife last night mentioned a couple movies I don't remember. I'm like, I've never seen that. She's like, how can you have never seen that? I'm like, well, don't you start, because you missed every movie from the 80s and into the 90s until you moved out of your parents' house. So don't give me the, like, I don't know movies. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to write anymore. I'm way ahead, so I have a post-apocalyptic romance book that I'm co-writing with somebody who shall remain nameless, but you all know who she is. And we're about halfway done with it already. In only like maybe 2 weeks. Because she's a maniac, and she's like, okay, here's your chapter. And I'm like, all right. Takes me like an hour to write the next chapter, give it to her. She's like, okay, 6 minutes later, here's the next chapter. And also, but she did not write all weekend. I wrote Sunday, but she didn't write last night. And then I believe Thursday was the last time Tom wrote on the second book of the trilogy we're doing now. So hopefully now that it is November, he'll get his shit together and he'll get to a doctor. And he'll get his meds and all the other shit, and then he can start writing again. Because you're holding up progress. I also got this in the mail yesterday. Save the Cat writes horror. Horror. Interesting. 148 pages or so. Should be able to read through this pretty quick. It's yet another writer's guide for my shelves. Ooh, it smells really nice too. You ever read some post-apoc EMP fiction? Yes. I'm trying to think of the guy. There's a series, I think it's like 6 books or something. And I read the first 2 books, and I was like, all right, I think you're repeating stuff now. It was like a neighborhood, and then EMP event happens, and then one of the neighbors tries to kill another neighbor and take his stuff or something. I don't know. We're writing, it's post-apocalyptic. We really haven't said why the world went to hell. It's 10 years later, and it's a romance. So two neighboring towns that are fighting with each other over resources. And then wandering bands of bad people are also running. So I've been writing, setting up a lot of the post-apoc stuff. And then my co-writer has been doing the setting up the romance stuff. Sounds like you didn't much care for it. No. I thought the first book was good. A lot of conflict. You know, the neighbors, they're trying to figure out what the hell happened. All of a sudden, everything just goes out in the middle of the night. And then they're getting rumors from people that we're being invaded. Maybe it's aliens, you know, like they give you like a bunch of different scenarios, which I thought was interesting. I'm sure by book 6 the writer said what was really happening, but By book 2, it was like it felt like the same fights from book 1 were just happening again. Like he ran out of ideas. Why do you ask, Mr. Lutsky? Frank, if you're still on, how was Beers and Fears yesterday? I'll hold. I'll wait. And there she is again. I had never heard of the genre. Seems like something cool to write. I had actually started doing an outline for a series about a month ago. May never do anything with it though. I mean, there's a lot of really good things to do. Like I said, the first book was all right. I was like, I read the second one and I'm like, it just seemed like the same as the first one. So they're a little bit further into the story, but it's the same people are still fighting over lawn chairs and dumb shit. But you know, it was a great TV series. I wish they had continued. What was it, Jericho? Remember that one? I like that one. Thought you were going to say Land of the Lost. It was a great show back in the day. I mean, none of the dumb movies they made afterwards, but classic, man, classic. All right, I'm going to wrap this up in a minute or two. I'm going to wrap it up at the 1 hour mark. Or if she walks by again. In her yoga pants. Ooh. Maybe I'll do a little reading, although my wife had to take her aunt to the doctor this morning and then she was coming home. So I can act like I'm busy, like I'm doing stuff, you know, like I'm working. Have fun with your almond joy cookies. Oh, I ate all of those already. She made like a dozen of them. They were good. I ate them. She's making them because there's a birthday party coming up next Saturday that she's going to. They do taste like almond joys. Some good shit. And you know, in truth, Nick, I'm jealous of everything you do. Just all of it. Every last second of it. You know what I'm saying? I am tired though. I'm gonna go read a little bit. Oh, here she is. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, I'm on Twitch. Yeah. Okay. All right. See you then. Bye. Yeah, she's on her way home now. I like she calls. She's like, "Are you on Twitch?" I'm on Twitch. Guess what? I'm not going to be in about 8 seconds. Off Twitch. No, I will be off Twitch. I won't be on. I don't know. Thanks for everybody hanging out. More than likely, I will be on YouTube Live tomorrow. We'll hang out a little bit. So be there. Be square. Bruh. Alright, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it.